Once upon a time, a person went to Gautam Buddha seeking advice on how to control his emotions. The person was struggling with anger and frustration, and he was looking for a way to manage his emotions better. Buddha smiled and asked him to sit down. He said, "I will tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a king who ruled a prosperous country. One day, he decided to visit the neighboring kingdom. He had heard that the king of that kingdom was famous for his wisdom. When the king arrived, he was welcomed with great honor. The king of the neighboring kingdom had prepared a grand feast in his honor. During the feast, the king noticed a fly in his soup. He was disgusted and ordered his servant to bring him another bowl of soup. The king of the neighboring kingdom saw this and said, "Your Majesty, please do not be angry. It was just a small fly. It does not matter." The king replied, "I cannot tolerate such things. Even a small fly can ruin my mood." The king of the neighboring kingdom smiled and said, "Your Majesty, allow me to give you a piece of advice. It is not the fly that ruined your mood, but your reaction to it. You have the power to control your emotions. Do not let them control you." The king realized the wisdom in these words and returned to his kingdom. From that day onwards, he started practicing the art of not reacting to situations that would previously trigger his emotions. He found that he was able to maintain his composure in challenging situations and was able to make better decisions. The power of not reacting is an important lesson for all of us. We often react to situations without thinking, and this can lead to negative consequences. Reacting to situations with anger and frustration can damage our relationships with others and hinder our ability to make clear-headed decisions. However, it is important to understand that not reacting does not mean that we should suppress our emotions. Emotions are a natural part of our human experience, and it is important to acknowledge them. Instead of reacting impulsively, we should take the time to process our emotions and respond in a thoughtful manner. The power of not reacting is a valuable lesson that we can all learn from. It takes practice and patience, but the rewards are well worth it. By controlling our emotions, we can improve our relationships, make better decisions, and live a more fulfilling life. The moral of the story of the king teaches us that we have the power to control our emotions. We may not be able to control what happens to us, but we can control how we react to it. By practicing mindfulness and the art of not reacting, we can learn to control our emotions and respond in a thoughtful manner. It's a powerful tool that can help us improve our relationships, our well-being, and our overall quality of life. So let us take the time to practice and cultivate this powerful skill, and let it transform our lives for the better. Anger will never disappear so long as thoughts of resentment are cherished in the mind. Anger will disappear just as soon as thoughts of resentment are forgotten. He who holds back rising anger like a rolling chariot, him I call a real driver. Other people are but holding the reins. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. One who conquers himself is greater than another who conquers 1,000 times 1,000 on the battlefield. Do not be led by your reactions, be led by your actions. Peace comes from within. Do not seek it without. In a controversy, the instant we feel anger, we have already ceased striving for the truth and have begun striving for ourselves. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. You will not be punished for your anger. You will be punished by your anger. The root of suffering is attachment. If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion. Letting go gives us freedom, and freedom is the only condition for happiness. If in our heart we still cling to anything anger, anxiety, or possessions, we cannot be free. Better than 1,000 hollow words is one word that brings peace. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. Respond, don't react. Respond with reason, not emotion. In the end, only 3 things matter: how much you loved, how gently you lived, and how gracefully you let go of things not meant for you. He who experiences the unity of life sees his own self in all beings, and all beings in his own self, and looks on everything with an impartial eye. Happiness never decreases by being shared. We are shaped by our thoughts. We become what we think. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. The only way to find true happiness is to let go of your attachment to things and people. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. It is a man's own mind, not his enemy or foe, that lures him to evil ways. An idea that is developed and put into action is more important than an idea that exists only as an idea. There is no fire like passion. There is no shark like hatred. There is no snare like folly. There is no torrent like greed. What we think, we become. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. If you want to fly, you have to give up what weighs you down. If you want to change the world, change yourself first. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your own actions. The trouble is you think you have time. The mind is like water. When it's turbulent, it's difficult to see. When it's calm, everything becomes clear. The tongue like a sharp knife, heals without drawing blood. Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise. Seek what they sought. Purity or impurity depends on oneself. No one can purify another. Let us rise up and be thankful, for if we didn't learn a lot today, at least we learned a little. And if we didn't learn a little, at least we didn't get sick. And if we got sick, at least we didn't die. So let us all be thankful. The only real failure in life is not to be true to the best one knows. The past is already gone. The future is not yet here. There's only one moment for you to live. To be idle is a short road to death, and to be diligent is a way of life. Foolish people are idle, wise people are diligent. Hatred does not cease by hatred, but only by love. This is the eternal rule. Whatever a monk keeps pursuing with his thinking and pondering, that becomes the inclination of his awareness. Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment. The mind is everything. What you think, you become. Do not look for a sanctuary in anyone except yourself. The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. The greatest glory in living lies not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. No one saves us but ourselves. No one can and no one may. We ourselves must walk the path.
Do you want to be successful in life? Do you know the secret to become successful in life? Well, this video is for you. If you want to be successful in life, then don't be a parrot in life, instead be an eagle, because the parrot talks a lot, but cannot fly very high. But an eagle is silent and has the willpower to touch the sky. The eagle is the king of the birds. So today I will tell you 7 mentalities that every person should learn from an eagle. These are the most powerful mindset in the world, and there is a great life lessons in this 7 mentalities and attitude of eagle. So let's jump right into the video. Number 1. Eagles fly alone. At high altitude, eagles don't fly with sparrows, parrots, and other small birds. Eagle either fly with eagle or fly alone, and this takes us a lesson: stay away from narrow-minded people, those that bring you down. People you hang around will eventually determine the person you become in the future. Number 2. Eagles have vision. They have the ability to focus on something as far as 5 kilometers away. And once it sees his target, then no matter how difficult it is, no matter how hard it is, the eagle will not move his focus from the prey until he grabs it. From this eagle mentality we will learn the great lesson, which is, you have to have clear vision and remain focused in your life. No matter what the obstacles and challenges you may face, don't give up until you will succeed. Number 3. Eagles love the storm. Eagles get excited when storm clouds gather. When the storm comes, all the birds hides and scared, but the eagle enjoys it a lot and they welcome the challenge it brings. When the strong wind blows, the eagles fly even more high with the help of those winds. And when it flies very high, it reaches even above the clouds. This eagle mentality teaches us, we have to find the possibilities in the problems. We have to find the opportunities in the challenges. And once the Napoleon Hill said that every great challenge brings a great opportunity with it. So, just like an eagle, embrace the challenge and learn from them and recognize your opportunity. And the day you start embracing challenge and start seeing the opportunities, all the difficulties will be under control of you. Meaning achievers are not afraid of challenges, rather they relish in them and use them for profitability. Number 4. Eagles prepare for training. Eagle always removed soft grass from its nest, so that the eagle's baby cannot be comfortable in it. Because if he becomes comfortable in the past, he will stay there and would not be able to leave the comfort zone. But a mother eagle never let this happen to her baby. As we know, eagle is a bird, but imagine he knows that there is no growth in the comfort zone. It is insane. However, we are human beings. And despite being humans, many people do not understand this. The more you stay in the comfort zone, the more you become lazy. And the more uncomfortable your life, then you will be successful in the future. They remove the feather in the soft grass and the nest, so that the young ones get uncomfortable in preparation for flying, and eventually they fly when it becomes too unbearable to stay in the nest. Meaning leave your comfort zone, there is no growth. Number 5. Eagles are fearless. An eagle will never surrender to the size or strength of its prey. It will always give a fight to win its prey or regain its territory, meaning, no matter what the size or big your problems are, don't give up, instead face it. Successful people are fearless, they face problems. Number 6. Eagles possess vitality. When the eagle grows old, his feathers become weak and cannot take him as fast and as high as it should. This makes him weak and can make him die. So he retires to a place far away in the mountains, and while there he plucks out the weak feathers in his body and breaks his beak and his claws against the rocks until he is completely bare. A very bloody and painful process. Then he stays in his hiding place until he has grown new feathers, new beaks and claws, and then comes out flying higher than ever before. The life lesson we can learn from this eagle mindset is, if there is no pain, there is no gain. Many of us want success or change, but without the sacrifice, hard work, disappointment, and heartbreak, it is impossible to survive and grow. Number 7. Eagles never eat dead things. Eagles never eat dead meat. In other words, an eagle does not scavenge. It only eats the meat from the prey. He always hunts alive animals, and this mindset of eagle teaches us. Our past is dead, it's already gone. So, don't pay attention to those things. Don't waste your energy to the past that is gone. Rather focus on your upcoming life and focus on today. Keep things current. The old memories of your past that are hard to you, let them go. Say them goodbye. Don't give it a place in your present. Don't bring them back in your present. So no matter how bad has happened to you in your past, all those thoughts and memories are already dead and gone. If this content is valuable, make sure to subscribe and press the notification bell icon since more valuable content is on the way. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed.